Yo, what up, Vikings fans? It's Nick here again, Monday morning after a 29-29 tie against the Green Bay Packers. That's right, a tie. I guess we're still undefeated, so that's good. That's a good thing. Just never expected a tie. I said last week coming to this game, never expect to win in Lambeau. I thought we should though this year. Better roster across the board. Um, Never expected to win. Thought we should. Never in a million years expected to tie. And I think even with about 2 minutes, a little less than 2 minutes left in that game, still never thought we had a chance to tie. So unbelievable comeback by Cousins in the offense. I thought take away more good than bad. Kind of get a week now going into Buffalo, where maybe heal some of the wrongs and get feeling really good about it. Because I don't think the players felt good about that. We all know Dan Carlson, Laquon Treadwell don't feel good about yesterday, and I think the fan base. It's not a loss, but it's just kind of yucky. It's kind of. So here's just some of my thoughts after I had a little time to digest. Offensively, first half, I thought the Vikings did some okay things. I mean, Cousins was great yesterday. Don't get me wrong, but can't take away the first half. He was a little disjointed there to only score 7 points, maybe when it should have been 10 if Carlson can hit that kick. That's not going to get it done. Not on the road. Not against an NFC contender like Green Bay. Cousins wasn't really sharp. There was that deep throw to no one. Airmailed one throw to the sideline. I believe it was right over Thielen's head. A lot of miscommunications yesterday. I think that's something we'll see less and less of as the year goes on. As Cousins, the receivers, DiFilippo, they all sort of work their way onto the same page. But a lot of that yesterday. Just a couple throws that weren't great. But overall, I thought Cousins did fantastic. For them, as the game went on, you could just tell Cousins got more and more comfortable. Especially when they were trailing, and you knew they weren't going to run the ball very much. They didn't run the ball enough, in my opinion, at all game. 10 carries for Dalvin Cook is, in my opinion, not acceptable. I know we're in a new NFL where guys don't tilt the rock 20 times, but guys got to get more touches. But back to Cousins, I mean, he just got better and better as that game went on. I mean, that deep throw to Diggs for the touchdown, the drive on the first touchdown to Diggs there, and right at the start of the fourth quarter, he just started to look really sharp. One of the things that I really liked about Cousins yesterday, one of the things maybe I didn't know, a lot of nice subtle movements in the pocket to step up. Miss some play or miss some backside pressure from Clay Matthews. That's sort of Brady-esque in a way. Again, not comparing him to Brady, but Brady's really good at manipulating that pocket, and I thought Cousins did a good job of that, especially when Rashad Hill went down, and especially with an offensive line that right now, if we're being frank, is shaky at best. So Cousins really did a lot of good things, and he throws the ball hard. I think you saw, some of the receivers kind of shaking their hands after a lot of those passes. He throws the ball hard, throws a good deep ball. You can't put the one interception on him, but got very lucky with that roughing the passer call, because he threw that ball up there to Coley, and that would have been the ball game had they not gotten that call. I think it's a little bit of poetic justice that the Vikings get that call in Lambeau, and Packer fans are whining about it, and it's like, bros, relax. Like that call is because of you guys and Rodgers, last year. So whatever. And the Vikings had one against them earlier in the game. They're going to call fair, call consistent. I can live with that. I can live with that, and cheeseheads, fuck off, deal with that. I think defensively, first half, sloppy too. Pressure wasn't getting there. Too many missed tackles. I mean, Jaron Curse had one on one of the opening drives. Sendejo, as he tends to do, just rocketing past guys. A lot of gap. Integrity wasn't held up. I did not like the way Green Bay was able to run the ball. They ran the ball a lot more effectively than I think teams should be able to. We're playing Todd Gurley and that offensive line in a couple weeks on the road on a short week. Like, that's going to be scary if our defense can't stop the run better than they did yesterday in Lambeau. But much like the offense, I thought they improved as the game went on. Those front four guys started getting there. Not a lot of sacks. but was getting pressures. Hits started racking up on Rodgers. And that's what you have to do, especially when he's hobbled. I don't want to hear it from Packer fans that, oh, you beat or tied or couldn't beat a wounded Rodgers. He was out there. If you're out there, you're good to go. There's no excuse making. He was able to move around just fine. He rushed for a couple of first downs, I think, or at least one that I can remember. So don't give me that. If he's hurt, stay off the field. They held him to 22 points. 5 field goals. Rodgers only gets in the end zone one time. Defensively, I can live with that. I can live with 22 points. Our offense, with the way things are shaping up with Cousins and all that, we should be scoring more than 22 points every week. We get a defensive score in there, some help from the special teams, and we're scoring a lot of points. Obviously the two big names that are coming out of this week are going to be Laquon Treadwell and Dan Carlson. One of them I don't know what you do with. The other one is pretty obvious. I think Carlson's got to go. Sorry, kid. I'm sure you're going to bounce back. Christ, Blair Walsh got another job. You're just a rookie. You'll get there. Treadwell, I'm not sure really what you do with at this point. He's got a lot of money against the cap. You're not going to release him. If he's there, you got to play him. I think. Maybe he just doesn't take a lot of snaps and really gets regulated to the 4th receiver, 5th receiver, something like that. But Stacy Coley didn't give me a whole lot of confidence in what little I saw of him. He almost gave up another pick when he couldn't catch sort of the same ball that Treadwell popped up in the air for Clinton Dix to pick off. So wide receiver 3 is a little bit of a concern right now. I think you can live with wide receiver 3 being a concern when your 1 and 2 are as good as Diggs and Thielen are. Just the route running hands that those two guys have, it's special. If Cousins stays healthy, those two guys stay healthy. The Vikings are going to have 2 1,000-yard receivers easily. You can't defend both of them. They just rack up catches and yards, and Diggs' big touchdown, unbelievable, perfectly timed. What a great throw, catch, run, and then Thielen's catch between two guys on the sideline, right to fall in the end zone with the hands like that. Oh, that was sex. It was amazing. What do the Vikings need to do? We need to find a kicker. We're not in a window or a time with this team where we can be screwing around waiting for kickers. Sorry, Carlson. That's you had one job to do, and we gave you 3 shots. I saw a lot of people on Twitter sort of banging on Zimmer for overtime, not really playing for the touchdown and going for the field goal. But come on, man, you drive the ball down the 18-yard line. Latavius Murray did a great job centering the ball on the last run. Put the ball in the middle of the field. It's a 35-yarder. What? You're a professional kicker. You were drafted to do this, and if you can't do it, you gotta go. So Vikings gotta find a kicker. I'm sure Kai Forbath is going to get a call. I hope Dan Bailey gets a call. I don't know why Dan Bailey doesn't have a job right now. I saw on Twitter something that he's turned down some teams looking for the right opportunity. Vikings are probably the right opportunity to potentially go win something, but financially they don't have a lot of money. Unless maybe they can redo a bar deal in the next couple of weeks, save them on some base salary this year, put some money into a bonus over the next couple of years, free up some cap space. There's not a whole lot of money to go around. And that's maybe a little bit of my fear that they're looking at this and saying, hey, if we lose another offensive lineman, Rashad Hill got hurt, do we need to save that cap money to pick up someone else? I don't know. If I had to guess, I haven't seen it yet, but if I had to guess, Carlson's gone. Forbath or Dan Bailey come in, hopefully. And we shore that up because we can't lose games because of a kicker. We just can't. We can't. We're not a rebuilding team. We're not a team, eyeing for the playoffs. This is our Super Bowl window. We gotta go. Gotta go do one. I don't want to bring in Des Bryant. Don't want to bring in Josh Gordon. Not happening. Wide receiver 3's got to come in house. We don't got the money for those guys. Let's just see. I held out hope yesterday that Treadwell was gonna have one of those T.O. moments. All the drops, and then was going to do something in overtime or something to atone for those drops. The drop for the interception was bad. The drop on 3rd down and 5 where he settles in against the zone and just starts running without catching, bad. what do you do? I mean, it's time now. I mean, we've given this kid shots, and everything was looking so good. Even the start of this game, he finally catches a touchdown, has a great catch on another slant pass, but he just hasn't put it together. Probably needs to change the scenery after the season. Maybe start fresh for him. So we'll see. I mean, I love homegrown talent. I love guys we draft. I want to keep them around as long as possible. There's something nostalgic special to me about those guys. But Treadwell, I mean, sorry, bud. Probably time. It's probably time to move on. But prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, young buck. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he comes out and becomes a better player because of this and helps the Vikings win. So I think again the tie. It's like, well, how do you feel about it? I don't really know. We're undefeated still. I guess the tiebreaker with us and Green Bay comes down to a game in Minnesota later in the year, so I'll take that. I like our chances there. We should have won the game. I mean, quite frankly, we were the better team. Defensively, again, need them to be better. We need to start generating some turnovers, against Rodgers, or else you're never going to beat him. You're not going to beat him without turning the ball over or sacking him. I think we got lucky in a couple plays. There was an offensive pass interference called. It was okay. I thought Rhodes has looked a little pedestrian by his standards this year. I'm not worried about it, but just sort of commenting. I think Rhodes has an opportunity to play a little bit better. Mike Hughes looked really nice on that first half kickoff return. Certainly see why the Vikings couldn't pass on him with his talent on defense and special teams. But special teams got to get figured out. Mike Pfeiffer's got some work to do this week. Can't have those punt blocks. Can't have the missed field goals. I didn't love the punt return overall. Punt return all day. I thought Sherrill's a couple times made a couple poor choices on fair catching when he had room to return. Mike Hughes, the one time he was back there punt returning, I thought he should have run up and caught that ball and made a play on it. I think Chris Davis even said that during the telecast, which is right. But hey, I mean, he made the safe play, so I'll live with that. A lot of guys bang on Sherrill's because he's not a million different things, but I'll take Sherrill's as my punt returner every day. He doesn't make the big mistake, catches the ball, doesn't buff it. So, punt returning, I just want to get the ball back, and anything else we get off that is gravy. But some room for improvement there. Special teams all around. But yeah, need to go home this week. Needs to handle our business against the Bills. Those are always scary games for us for some reason. Games where we should trounce someone. Is Josh Allen going to all of a sudden have a coming out party? If he's going to have it, it's going to be against us. But I don't think this is real concern anymore for this team. I think Mike Zimmer has his team believing we're a Super Bowl contender, and there's not an if about that. So we need to go home, handle business, take care of it, and the biggest positive we can take away from yesterday, we got a quarterback. We got a quarterback, and he was out there cashing checks yesterday. That fourth quarter comeback, that's not a comeback the Vikings ever make, ever. After the Treadwell pick, put that on him. This is just a little side note I've always thought about in the NFL, how they do stats. How is that throw that hit off Treadwell's hands considered an interception for Cousins? Shouldn't it be some sort of official ruling, kind of like baseball with errors? That should be a fumble. That should be a lost fumble on Treadwell. That was a perfect throw. Treadwell just went through his hands. That's a side note. When the NFL hires me for their rules committee, I'll bring that up. But yeah, Cousins is our guy. I mean, he looked unbelievable, and I think for us to be able to sit there in these games now, fourth quarter down, and knowing that we have a quarterback who can come there and make some throws and put a comeback drive together, that's a really good feeling. It's a really good feeling. We need it. We need it because we got some work to do coming up. Again, going into the year, you never expect to win in Green Bay. We should have had it. That's what makes it so frustrating, is that we outplayed that team in their home field and should have won, but we didn't. But we didn't lose. Just yucky. So go home, handle the Bills, and then let's pray. Let's pray for wins in the next couple of weeks, because at Rams on a short week, and then at Philly, those are gonna be tough. Wentz is gonna be back. Maybe Wentz will still be a little bit rusty. Who knows? Hopefully the Vikings defense has a chip on their shoulder for that game with something to prove. But we got some work to do coming up. So clean the things up, get a new kicker, figure out the wide receiver 3 thing, and let's roll. So yeah, again, follow along at berserker_Vike on Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube. Again, for all 2 followers out there, much love. I appreciate you. Hit me up. Let me know what you need. And yeah, let's go Vikings. Let's go beat the shit out of the Bills this week. All right, guys. Adios.